We have tough questions for a Georgia Department of Transportation contractor who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars off your tax money. A CBS Atlanta investigation found out if the company is breaking state law and knowingly hiring illegal immigrants. Our investigative reporter Jeff Cherico asked that contractor for proof its workers are legit. Did we get it?
We did not get it. What we got was the runaround, Stephanie. Our investigation started last month after a GDOT subcontractor was killed on the job. A car ran him over while he was weeding the median. We wanted to find out who this man was, and the more I asked, the more his employer slammed the door in my face.
Hold your feet.
A GDOT subcontractor zooms off. As we follow him, he calls police, all to avoid our questions.
Let me talk to the officer first, okay?
We have some questions for you. We came to you first. We have some questions.
But no one from Bromell Manicured Lawns wants to tell us if their workers are legal.
Well, we have some questions we need to ask Michael.
Out.
But they sure want your money. According to their contract, GDOT will pay the Conyers business more than $500,000 this year. It mows, weeds, and picks up litter along miles of state roads.
Was Silmar Constantino legal to work in this country, or was he an illegal
I don't
immigrant?
even know what you're talking about.
We started asking after a Bromell employee was hit and killed last month. Silmar Constantino was weeding a median along Freedom Parkway. He lived in this dilapidated trailer in Conyers.
Was Silmar legal to work here in the United States?
No, speak English.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm going to get the information
All right.
over here.
Well,
Okay,
are you hiring illegal immigrants?
So we wanted to know where the state stands on this issue. It turns out a 2007 law prohibits government contractors from hiring illegal workers. Company owner Michael Stephen Bromell signed this affidavit agreeing he wouldn't.
They sign an affidavit saying that they won't hire illegal immigrants, but it doesn't mean that they're not.
Doesn't mean that they're not.
And GDOT spokesman David Spear doesn't think his agency can enforce it.
And we don't necessarily, we believe, have the legal authority to go out and ask to see an individual's work visa. And that's an issue that hasn't really been sorted out in this whole process yet.
So he believes the law designed to help Georgians keep jobs seems to operate on an honor system. Contractors like Bromell Manicured Lawns agree not to hire illegal immigrants.
Is Silmar illegal? Was he illegal to work in this country?
But apparently they don't have to prove it to us or the state. Now, we'd still like to speak with Michael Bromell. I spoke to his attorney, who laughed at me when I asked for an interview, then said no. We will, of course, continue to follow the story.
Is anyone enforcing this law, Jeff?
Well, GDOT says on the back end they can't enforce it. I called the State Department of Labor. They say they're not responsible for checking to make sure they are following the law, short of just signing those affidavits. They're putting the onus on the federal government, and at this point, it doesn't seem anyone is actually making sure that these affidavits are being lived up to.
Everybody's kind of pointing the finger. It's their responsibility. It's their responsibility.
And we'll continue to follow this until we figure out who is responsible and if anyone is really enforcing it.
I know you will. Thank you, Jeff Cherico.